Johanna Konta keen on avoiding Andy Murray mistakes. I want the British public to love me. This year, her day was spent in a Thailand hotel, still bitter after her bag was lost on the flight and no doubt nervous about her departure to start the new season in Brisbane today. Meanwhile, Father Gabor was in Eastbourne, tied up with his hotel managing duties while Mother Gabriella waited at home. And big sister Eva, together with Konta's little nephew Ollie, celebrated in Australia, where Konta herself spent her formative years before becoming a British citizen in 2012. The geography is challenging, but at least there are no longer financial concerns putting a shadow over the festivities. As Konta's only real backers, her parents were once the subject of a county court judgment over unpaid coaching fees. Now that all the sacrifice has paid off, Konta wants them to focus more on being mum and dad again. The first thing I did when I made my first big paycheck was to pay off all things that were accumulated through our journey up until now, Konta said. My parents are very much on this journey with me. I am here to leave the sport in a better place than I found it, Johanna Konta. They made their sacrifices to make my dreams come true. But they did not do it for their benefit to create a money-making machine. They want me to secure my future and hopefully my children's future. They supported me as parents, not investors. Christmas in the Konta household was celebrated at the start of the month when they were last all together, with the unexpected cold snap in the UK meaning the 26-year-old is now laying claim to a genuine white Christmas. Certainly the material side of things seems refreshingly unimportant to a player who has won more than £4 million in career prize money alone. Her favourite gift was from boyfriend Jackson Wade, a key ring emblazoned with the motif, Boss Lady. It is a relationship that Konta has screened carefully from the public. I am a very private person, but I feel I have opened up more towards the media in the last couple of years, particularly this year, she said. I have opened up about my own interests and let people know me a little away from the courts. However, for my own sanity and to have general privacy, I will always maintain a little bit of difference. Sanity? When we spoke, she had just been wearing fluffy reindeer antlers and reading out extraordinarily bad cracker jokes in front of the cameras. You have never been more public property, her PR advisor had commented. Well, at least I have a big enough nose for it, Konta retorted, even if it is not the right color. It has been an awkward process, but Konta admits she is slowly learning how to open up and embrace her British public. For years, her male counterpart as the nation's leading tennis player, Andy Murray, struggled to warm the hearts of the nation. It is a mistake Konta is anxious to avoid. Obviously I don't have the same weight on my shoulders as Andy, she said. But at the end of the day I am here to leave the sport in a better place than I found it. The public have a massive say in that. It is they and their children who will decide whether to play or not. The only thing I can do is stay true to myself and let the public in to a certain extent to get to know me. As a personality of tennis in this country, I do represent the sport. Applying to be a contestant on Great British Bake Off via the public route, I was worried I might not qualify for the Celebrity one. Although I admit there may be a few scheduling issues, she explained, is testament not only to her prowess in the kitchen but also a genuinely downbeat appraisal of her achievements in public life so far. By appointing Maria Sharapova's former coach Michael Joyce, she is focusing very much on raising her profile further on the court in 2018. Last summer's Wimbledon semi-finalist has experienced enough hardship not to rest on her laurels anytime soon. It was only after the furore died down the day after her defeat by Venus Williams, when she saw her picture on the front of every newspaper, that she realized she was becoming a thing. I think my parents might be keeping a scrapbook and people around me keep track. I did not take much notice of the press during Wimbledon, but helpfully that will not be the end of my story.